evil in human nature.
But she wouldn't even harm a fly.
Just like I would tell you, if you're going to do something, do it well. And leave something witchy. Leave a sign to let the world know that you were there.
Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Okay, so how are you?
Hello.
Did you see,
My headphone is falling. Wait 1 second. We're so professional. Okay, so.
Did you see the thing Ted Cruz posted on Facebook?
I know.
It's like he's the only old person that wants to be liked as a serial killer.
It was like the only person who would pose as a serial killer just for people to like him.
Exactly. Oh my god.
What a sad, sad life.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So hi!
Hi! Welcome to Undercover Covet.
Yay! First official episode.
Yes, first official one. Okay, so news. We're on iTunes, Google Play, and everything. That's exciting.
Yes! Oh my god! I didn't realize that we found out on Halloween. I honestly worked until late. I had no Halloween this year, and I'm sad about it. I know you got drunk. How was the party?
Great. They had a freak show and strippers and drag queens. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
And then since I don't go out, I got tired and I had to come home. I had to come home like right after the show. I was so tired.
You're like, oh no, it's 9 o'clock. Too late for me. I need to go home now.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would have been me.
The show ended and I was like, oh, so it's 2 in the morning. And I checked, it was 4:30. And I'm like, this is so past my bedtime. And I had to go.
Yeah. This is the time you're waking up in the morning to feed your cows and stuff. I don't know why.
My cows?
I just imagine that people who lives in farms get up super early and go to bed super early.
My cows. Awesome.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone. Not that feeding cows is offensive. I would love to feed cows. Oh my god, I want to have a farm.
Me too. With cows.
We should buy a farm together. I want goats. I want all of the goats in the world.
We should have a farm and record the podcast on it, and then we have to go outside and feed our cows and goats and dogs.
That's the dream life.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay.
So today, we wanted to talk about a Chilean myth that's actually pretty funny.
Yes. It's kind of creepy, but it is funny. I'll be honest with you.
It's probably the most well-known myth in the country. And I knew
It
about
is, especially.
it. What?
I was going to say, especially in the South, that's where they see him. That's where a lot of our myths and legends come from, the South, because that's where South of Chile is where most of our folklore or like folk tales come from. Because they believe a lot in like magic and it's a very like religious part of the country. The whole country is really Catholic and religious.
It's very conservative.
It's mostly conservative and Catholic, and so but the South is like one of the part of the country that is kind of more than the other rest of the country.
It's just that
so they believe
the South of Chile is known for, I'm not gonna say like traditional witches and stuff like that, but it's very magical.
It is, yes.
It's very magical.
That's
so
exactly what it is, yeah.
I knew about it, but then I started reading about it and I couldn't stop laughing.
Okay, you wanna get into it? You wanna start or do I?
Yeah. You can go.
Okay.
I started last time.
Okay. So this is the legend of the Trauco. So basically where it starts, it's the gist of it, I guess. He's a dwarf. He's supposed to be like a type of goblin or something like that. He is very old, but he's also very sweet, and for some reason he's sexy. I know that they describe it as sexy because he has sexual potency, basically. That's what it is. And he uses that to attract women, young women specifically, young virgin women.
Oh, yeah.
That is. He uses it to seduce them and attract them. Sometimes
It's
he gets
so
them pregnant, but
horrible.
it is so horrible.
Okay, so all this takes place at the coast of the south of Chile, in Chiloé. It's an island. It's very small. I've been there. So,
I was gonna say I didn't know you've been down there.
oh yeah, I've been from Valparaiso till Chiloé.
Nice. I've never been to Chile. I've always wanted to go because it's, like you said, it's a very magical land. It's a very magical island.
Yeah.
That's where most of our legends come from, and there's a lot of UFO sightings there.
Oh yeah, that's for another episode.
Yeah, that's another episode. But yeah, I have family in the south, and I've never been to Chile. I always wanted to go.
It's
Plus,
beautiful.
it's beautiful there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You have to take a ferry ride and everything. Okay, so down south you reach glaciers and everything. It's weird. Up north you have a desert, and then at the south of Chile you have glaciers. So you can imagine how long this country is. As we said before, Chile is very conservative and very religious. Trauco means by the water in Mapuche, which is a language that Chilean natives spoke. Or speak. Speak.
Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah.
Basically, his origin story says that he was a beautiful angel in heaven who descended to earth from up above to seduce a young woman. Then God found out about this and turned him into a monster, which sounds weird already.
It's, you know what, it only just sounds like it's straight up, like the devil's story, basically. He used to be an angel, and then he got, vanished into earth, but
yeah.
I think their egos collided. I remember seeing Supernatural, okay?
Oh, yeah. We love Supernatural.
We love Supernatural.
So, legend tells us that the Trauco has the power to paralyze and seduce young women in order to get them pregnant. And that's where the funny part starts.
Yes, that's where the funny part starts. So usually, El Trauco would go for specifically virgin women from good families, young women. So what happens is that, well, I have a couple theories about this, but of how it started. So when a young woman is pregnant, she is single, and she has no husband, whatever. They blame it on El Trauco. Most of the time, El Trauco would they can even seduce a woman even if they're asleep. He can make them go with him, and they won't remember anything, and basically he will rape them, and then they will get pregnant. That's the whole thing about it. So when a young woman is pregnant out of wedlock and no one steps forward as the father, basically what they blame it on the Trauco and just assume that she was taken advantage of in the woods, or she was seduced by this thing and she doesn't remember. It got it pregnant, basically.
Right.
Which is so funny.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What? Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, because one of the things that there's things that you can do to protect yourself, or the mothers would do to protect their children from this creature, and which one of them was they would put poop. What is it that they would put feces on the person, because the Trauco wouldn't go for somebody who was dirty, for a woman who was dirty.
Where does this stuff come from?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway. We're not saying that the Trauco rapes women necessarily. We're saying that sometimes he just looks at them and they get pregnant.
That's... Okay. Yep. Sometimes he does.
Yeah, sometimes he does. He awakens an irresistible attraction on women, and they give in to him easily. How? I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, listen, he has an ugly face, but he's also really sweet.
Maybe he has money. I'm kidding.
He's probably rich. He's a sugar daddy.
Ew.
They were totally conscious when they went with him.
Oh my god.
He promised them castles and jewels.
Okay, so let's say you're a woman and you see this creature and for some reason you resist, right? What he does is he'll send you erotic dreams and he'll get you pregnant anyway.
Through your dreams.
Through your dreams. Okay, so his appearance, he's like Alice said, you know, we didn't introduce ourselves at the beginning.
We didn't.
We're professionals.
That's also to protect us from El Trauco, did you know? He cannot know who we are. That's a lie. He'll still seduce us.
Oh my god. Okay, so he's a dwarf or goblin. He's very short, stumpy, and he has stumps. He doesn't have feet.
So basically, he looks. So I remember when I was a kid reading about it and seeing pictures of him. So he looked like a tree stump.
Yeah.
He was like made out of tree.
Right.
And if you look at the picture of, well, we posted it on our social media. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Plug.
Promotion. He does look like a little. So there's a statue, but he does look like a little, like tree carving, basically.
Yeah. And he wears
a
hat and suit, which is relevant for some reason. He only
Sugar
communicates
daddy,
in grunts as well. He doesn't like speak Spanish or anything. He lives in hollows of trees.
Like he grunts?
Yeah, he grunts. He's like,
I would be hooked, man.
sexy.
So sexy.
Sex. That's my type of man.
That's exactly. Who can resist that grunt? Well, yeah, I'm not going there.
Ew.
Okay, keep going.
And the most relevant part that I found is that he eats little oranges.
That is so cute! Is that all he eats? Just little oranges?
Yeah, like mandarinas.
Oh, clementines. So little clementines.
Yeah.
That is so cute!
That's all he eats.
See, we're already hooked.
Sexy.
He's already seducing us. So
okay,
sexy.
so something happens to men as well. But not, they don't get pregnant or anything. If the
That'd be
Trauco
amazing.
looks at a man, he has the capabilities to hurt, deform, or break his bones.
Ouch.
He doesn't like
So
men.
basically, he doesn't like men because they're on his way for him to seduce women. So of
Right.
course he doesn't like men.
Mm-hmm. And
Because then they get on his way and they can't. Sorry.
Yeah, if you mess with him, like these guys start. Let's say a man starts messing with El Trauco, right? Like they start making fun of him or stuff like that. These attacks can be fatal.
So he can kill a man.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I mean, breaking freaking bones, of course. He can kill him. But yeah.
but it's like
that's so creepy.
it's like he gets stronger if you mess with him. So how are some ways that you can protect yourself from this sexy goblin? Usually mothers like really suspect his presence and they leave a handful of sand on the top of a table at night. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know you were like, yeah, I don't know why they do that. But now that I'm thinking about it, think about it. So Chilo is an island, right?
Yes.
What would absorb water? Sand. So El Trauco means by the water. He lives by the water. So maybe the sand will like take him away because he can't go near sand because it's too dry. He needs to be somewhere where it's wet. You know what I mean? I'm kidding.
Oh. Enter the women vagina jokes.
Yeah, insert vagina jokes right here. But yeah, no, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I thought about it and I was like, that it would make a little bit of sense, but also
No.
fucking knows. Yeah.
Okay, and the other one that you mentioned earlier was that
Yes. My favorite.
yeah, you have to put poop on women.
Yeah.
And since,
He
this goblin is so hygienic, he doesn't mess with women who have poop on them. I don't think anybody messes with women who have poop on them.
Anybody who has poop on them. I hope they stay as far away from me as they can. That's so gross. Okay. So I just imagine how do you do this? How do you complete this task? Like you just like take it out and fling it around.
No. You're supposed to like lie on a table. Well, you have to poop before.
Well, clearly.
And then you have to lie on a table and put poop all over yourself. and stay there all night.
I would rather have animal poop on me because human poop scares me.
That's weird.
It's just a scary concept. Irrational fear, I'm sorry, I have a lot of them. We should do an episode on irrational fears.
Woo!
Because I have some really creepy ones.
The other way I read you can protect yourself from him is putting poop in a bag and then setting it on fire.
So where would you place this bag of poop?
I think it's outside.
Somebody's doorstep?
On your doorstep. Yeah.
That
your
is
face
too
right
much.
now.
Sorry. I just love this. It's just everything that surrounds this tale is like, it's ridiculous, but also it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. It's just ridiculous, but also it's like, it's so interesting because people really, really does believe this. Maybe not as much now, but for sure when I was a kid, I remember like my grandma, my family comes from the South and my grandma grew up there. And she would tell me these tales as if, like, actually, they were like, no, like, we knew a person who, this girl who got pregnant, and they said, no, it has to be El Trauco. But then my grandma would go, yeah, but who knows, right? So it's like, they do believe, it kind of got lost through the generations, but for sure, like, our grandparents, especially my grandma who comes from the South, my family does, they do believe in all this stuff. So it's just interesting.
Yeah. I was talking to my mom about it, actually. And she said that when she was little, it was still very believed that, you know, first of all, women can't get pregnant out of wedlock and not know who the father is.
Right.
That would bring, like,
and that's
disgrace to the family.
Exactly. So this is something that they can use because it does say that the woman who get pregnant and then it is believed to be El Trauco, if they are not to blame. So they're not at fault for getting pregnant out of wedlock. So it is a way for saying, yes, my daughter it's young out of wedlock and she got pregnant, but it's okay because, I mean, it's not okay, but it wasn't her fault, basically. So she is fine and she's still pure, basically. That's almost like saying she's still pure for a man to take her hand.
Totally. And you know, if a woman got pregnant and everything by El Trauco, they would be protected by him, basically. He's, like, magical, right?
Really?
So they would be protected by him. That's weird. So apart from being blameless, they were protected magically. So they were very blameless.
I wonder if it's because they do have a statue in the South of this. The one in the picture. Mm-hmm. I believe that's one, or is that just a drawing? But no, I know that they have... One. That's the statue, that's what it looks like. They do have a statue in the South of him. So he is not an evil... I mean, yes, he does this, and it's... I mean, if you encounter him, he can be dangerous, supposedly. But they still kind of worship him a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's not fully evil. Like, he's part of the culture, and it's like, well, yeah, this happens. And I guess, I don't know. It's a weird concept, I think.
And people, because like we said, in the South, people still believe in him. It's like completely.
Exactly.
Especially if, well, you know, it's a cautionary tale telling women to protect their virginity.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story of El Trauco. There's a ton of Chilean myths.
Yeah, there's a ton of them that are like, I mean, you can just Google, and they're all from the South. Mostly of them are from the South. Or at least the ones that I know, because, well, my grandma, I guess I already said this many times, but she comes from the South of Chile. And I remember when I was a kid, she used to celebrate El Día de San Juan, like Saint John's Day, I guess it's called, it would be in English. Mm-hmm. And what it is, it's basically... Wait, I'm gonna Google this because...
Don't ask me, because I only know there's a herb named St. John's.
So it's called St. John's Eve. What it is... I wonder where else they celebrate this.
Oh, is that the one with the potatoes?
The potatoes. Yeah, so it's one of the rituals that are... one of the... It's just the day of potatoes. That's what it is. That's all we do. You just leave potatoes all over the house, and then you light candles and you worship them.
We worship potatoes.
You worship potatoes. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's basically what it is. it's what it says here. The eve of the feast of Saint John the Baptism. I know that my grandma used to still do. My mom didn't participate too much on it because it is a Catholic Roman, like a Roman Catholic holiday as well, like the day of Saint John, I guess, Saint John's, but the Saint John Eves is also a pagan holiday. That's what I was looking at here, and so they have a lot of rituals that they do. And I remember my grandma, like, she used to do like the whole bathroom with the candles things, like right at midnight. And like you can look into your future, you can see like you have visions and stuff.
Wait. So basically, what you do that night at 12, at midnight, is a bunch of rituals.
Yeah. So like to get ready for. So you get ready on the eve, and then right at 12, the festivities, air quote, the festivities start of the day of Saint John, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's like all the rituals that you perform. I remember my grandma used to put, what was it? She used to put
every
beans.
ritual is something for you.
Yeah.
You can't do them all. You have to choose.
You have to choose, exactly. So my grandma would put, what was it, under my pillow? I think it was, she would put legumes. I don't know if that's how you say it. Like lentils? Or like kidney beans, like the uncooked ones, of course. Like under my pillow. And that was supposed to do something. I can't remember.
It was supposed to you're supposed to dream about your future or something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that. I honestly, I was super young, so I don't remember. But I do remember like my grandma trying to do, like trying on like it's called rituals, but I guess it's not as intense as it sounds. Some of them might be. Who knows? Like the whole like candle in the washroom thing. Like you have to look straight at it. And I remember they did this on TV once, and people was like, yeah, I saw like they had like visions and stuff. I've always been scared to do it because I'm
weird.
scared to see, because it could not work, but also if it does, I'm terrified of what I might see.
Yeah. The most well-known one is the potatoes that we were mentioning earlier.
Yes, so what is that? Because I don't remember that.
So you put 3 potatoes under your bed. One is with the peel on. Mm-hmm. The other one is half peeled. And the last one is with no peel at all. You leave it under your bed, you go to sleep, and in the morning you have to get one without looking. And that's supposed to determine how much money you're going to make. So, the one with no peel is that you're going to be broke. The one with half a peel is that you're going to be like so-so. And then the one with peel is that a lot of money. Okay,
so I'm always gonna grab the unpeeled one. I mean the peeled one.
The
completely off. I'm always broke.
There's one where people play guitar outside. Have you seen that one?
They put a guitar outside?
No, you play guitar. Here it is. You can learn how to play guitar automatically, right?
Oh.
You just have to put yourself under a tree, put your guitar like on your lap.
This one I have heard, yes.
Yeah, you have to start playing, and then right at midnight, you'll feel somebody touching you, and you'll start playing the guitar together. And that's supposed to be the devil.
That is called a crossroads demon.
Oh, yeah.
And then and the death hounds will come and get you 10 years later, so so don't do it.
Mixing genres a little bit. What's the other one?
Is there one with like papers with like something written on under the pillow? Because I remember doing that one.
Oh, yeah. So you're supposed to get 3 papers and write down the names of your crushes on it.
Yes, I remember doing this.
So you put 3 little papers with the names of your crushes on it. You put it under your pillow. You go to sleep, and then the next morning you get one, and that's going to be your future husband.
Okay. You know what we should do? We should do some of them this year. I mean next year, because it's on June 23rd onto the 24th. Yeah. We should try a couple of these rituals. I'm totally down to try them.
Record them.
and we should record them. If we actually decide to do this, I would 100% do the candles in the washroom one at midnight, and I will
So
record
you're
it.
supposed to put in front of a mirror a bowl with water, and it's covered with a white blanket. I mean, like what's it called? A cloth, white cloth.
A cloth, yeah.
And next to that, 2 white candles. Then at
Yes.
midnight, you can see visions in the water.
Fucking creepy.
I love it.
But yeah, it is interesting though.
We tried to do the guitar one in San Felipe when I went. But it
Really?
didn't work. Yeah.
Oh my god, is that where you guys were staying at that house?
Yeah, I
With-
have a friend who lives in San Felipe, which is about 2 hours from here, and it's really close to the mountains in the border with Argentina. And there's nothing,
Around her? No.
It's her house, right? It's big. It's they have like a soccer field, and it's a bunch of trees. That's it. There's nothing else.
Oh my
And
god.
we went like on the 22nd, right? On the eve. And we said, oh, let's do the guitar one. Stupid.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
But that's because you have to believe. No. It's so
I
scary.
want to do the, if we do it, I want to do the one with the ink. So at midnight, you take a piece of paper and ink, and you pour the ink in the paper.
Yeah.
You fold it. Fold it twice.
Yeah.
Next morning, you open it, and it's supposed to be a message for you from beyond.
Oh.
From the beyond.
It'll
That's fun.
say,
I want to do this. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna put
mine's
like a
gonna
reminder
say,
on my phone.
please stop being late everywhere.
It's gonna be a big clock.
It's just gonna be a big clock. A little bit is gonna be a watch with an alarm.
I just read that at midnight you have to look into a mirror. Just look into it, and you can see Satan. And
Sorry,
he's
that
supposed to
scared
offer
me.
you a deal for your soul.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It
That's
comes for
creepy.
your soul?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm okay. My soul is okay inside of my body.
No, but
I don't-
the water one, you're just supposed to see something in the future. You're not supposed to like see Satan.
Well, what if I do? What if he's in my future?
Oh no. You're in trouble.
No, he's not. I'm a good girl, okay?
The other one.
That doesn't mean... When was it that I was talking to somebody about exorcisms, and they're like, you know that most people who got, like, possessed were super, like, religious?
Yeah. Yeah, like Annalise Michelle.
Exactly.
They were like devout Catholics.
Exactly. I feel like it just gets into your head a little bit more because you believe on it so much.
Too much. I think
Exactly, too much. Yeah.
So the other ritual that assures you health for the entire year is that you have to go at midnight into the water naked. You have to go naked into the sea. and you
what
have
does that
to
do?
jump 9 waves. 9 waves, giving your back to the ocean. So you have to jump backwards.
Okay, that's a lot for me to remember.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna go into the Pacific Ocean naked. Ew.
What?
Not ew. It's cold. It's cold. Very cold.
It's not ew. It's very beautiful. It's just cold as crap.
Oh yeah.
Feel like that's too many instructions. As soon as my titties hit the cold water, I'm gonna forget about all of the instructions.
I'm just gonna be like, fuck no.
Oh fuck no.
And if you really want it to work, you have to get out of the ocean after you do the whole shebang, and you can't look at yourself in the mirror for the entire night.
You just stand in front of the mirror. You just look at yourself.
You don't look at yourself in front of the mirror.
Oh, okay.
You can't like take a shower, because it's right close to the
Yeah.
mirror or something. Yeah, that's Chilean weird things.
And that's supposed to get you a merman or
No,
something?
it's supposed to guarantee you health for the entire year.
Damn. Yeah, that is,
That today is weird myths from Chile on Undercover Coven.
Yes, and that's only a few of them, so
that's not even like
yeah,
surface.
we
We're
have
on the
so many
surface.
others.
Yeah, I want to talk about a bit more about them because there's some really cool ones that I didn't know about. Did you guys
no, there is a
know
lot.
that Trauco has a wife?
So, I just found out yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
I had no idea. And apparently
But-
she's like super evil.
Yeah, but we have to really like research because I think it's much more than the Trauco.
For sure.
Okay, so yeah, let's just end this.
Yes.
Thanks
I think
so much.
we've hit our
guys.
mark. Yay. Thank you so much for listening and listening to us rant because that's basically what it is that we're doing.
Yeah, and we have a lot of exciting things that we want to talk about in the future. So please subscribe on iTunes and Google Play and, everywhere except Spotify. It's hard.
Yes, well, it'll take us a while.
Yeah.
But we're on iTunes and I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, me too. Like, I went on the podcast app and I searched and it's right there.
Yay!
I cried. No, I'm kidding. Well, I cry about everything.
Okay. Well.
Yes. Have a good day, everyone.
I just want to say
have
a good day. Stay clear of the Trauco. Remember, always put poop on yourself because he will not go for
and
it.
the best part, any man won't go next to you, and that's always an advantage.
Exactly. Because, you don't want any of them near you.
And remember, if you're pregnant, you're in trouble, just blame it on the dwarf.
Just blame it on the freaking dwarf. Are you kidding me? I was
We're
like,
bad.
no, I'm not a hoe. No, it was El Trauco.
You're not a
He seduced me with this suit he sat in, his little oranges.
Sexy dwarf. That's what I'm going to call this episode. Episode 1. Sexy dwarf. What do you think?
Yes, please do it. Please do it.
I love it.
I love it too.
Okay, guys, thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. We love you. I know there's not a lot of you right now, but we appreciate
anyway.
each and one of you. Of course, we love you anyway.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening. You are such a kind crowd.
Follow us on Twitter at Undercover Coven and send us any suggestions and/or comments.
You can also contact us at undercovercoven@gmail.com. And bye!